There's an old story whispered across abandoned towns in New Mexico and West Texas, usually told in low voices, usually by people who swear they heard it from someone who saw him. They called him the Black Magus of Dry Creek. No one agrees on where he came from. Some said he was a former preacher. Others claimed he'd studied forbidden texts brought over from Europe. A few insisted he learned his craft from indigenous shamans and twisted it into something darker. What everyone agrees on is this: wherever he stayed, the land changed. Animals avoided the area. Compasses spun. Fires burned low and blue. And people who crossed him rarely died, but they were never the same afterward. The Magus lived in a shack outside Dry Creek, a mining town that no longer exists on any official map. He never carried a gun, never raised his voice. He wore black gloves even in the heat, and his eyes were described as too still, like they were looking past you. They say outlaws would ride out to confront him, and return days later without memory of what happened. Some abandoned crime entirely. Others fled the territory, screaming about voices in the dust. One story, recorded in a sheriff's journal from 1887, tells of a gang that planned to burn Dry Creek to the ground. The Magus walked into their camp alone. No gunshots were heard. No struggle, just silence. By morning, the gang had vanished. Their horses stood riderless. Their boots were found neatly lined up beside the fire. Dry Creek collapsed soon after. Mines dried up. Wells went bitter, and the Magus was never seen again. But travelers still claim that when the desert goes unnaturally quiet, now the wind seems to listen. You've crossed into his territory,